Week 8, Dirty 30 Pod. We got a full house here tonight, boys. How we doing? How's everyone?
Doing great.
Better
Yeah,
late than never.
better late than never, buddy. Rody,
Ready for
what?
another week of a W for our old team has no name, but the season's not over yet. We still got to work, we still got grind. We ain't won shit yet. So
Couldn't agree more, buddy. Couldn't agree more. I dig it. Welcome. I'm glad that we got everyone here. Today's a big day. We talked it over. We said, hey, waivers have been slow, trades have been slow. Let's give out some midseason awards. And then that's what we're here to do, right? We're gonna go through different categories. We got the first half of the year MVP. We got the first half of the year least valuable player. We got the first half. We got second half players that we still believe in. Keepers that will be thrown back in 2024. Keepers that will be kept again in 2024. And then we got new keepers going into next season. How's that sound to everyone?
let's
Boom.
do it.
I'm in.
Boom. Let's rock and roll. So we're gonna start off with a bang here. I'll start us off here. My first half of the year, fantasy football MVP.
And we did not collaborate, just to be clear.
Yeah, good point. Good point. We're all kind of working off our own list. No collaboration, so this might come like a shock to different people here. But my fantasy football MVP came from someone in the 8th round, actually, if believe it or not. My fantasy football MVP so far this year has been Raheem Mostert. He is RB2, right? He's the only guy behind CMC. He's been a freaking stud, man. Like, I think CMC has like 20 or something more points than him, right? Like that's a part of it. But my MVP has been Raheem Mostert. He's just been 20 points, it's butt ton of touchdowns, just a stud, man. Craig has a great pick in the 8th round. Anyone else's MVP?
He was not mine, but he
He was on my list, but
all right, I dig it. We're also giving an honorable mention. My honorable mention was Tyreek Hill. Wide receiver 1, he has 30 more points than whoever wide receiver 2 is. He was a first round pick. That's the only reason why he's not my MVP, right? Just because he's a first round pick, acting like a first round pick. That's kind of where I'm at here.
I think that's a good segue because my MVP was Tyreek Hill.
Talk about it.
I think the reason I picked Tyreek Hill was because he was like right behind, the Jefferson. Everyone knew Jefferson, CMC were going 1 and 2. And they kind of thought, okay, Eckler's going number 3, or whatever the case was. And I mean, it was kind of like a toss up of like where Hill was going to, we knew he was going like top 5, top 6, but he's been incredible. Obviously I'm a Dolphins fan, so I'm a little biased, but I know Rhodey's team's good, but I don't think it's, in first place without a Tyreek Hill. And I think he has earned the right to be my MVP. My honorable mention is actually Travis Kelce. He is still tight end 1 after missing a week. And he was kept. I get it. He was kept, but he's just been so incredible. You can say it's Taylor Swift, you can say it's whatever you want, but he is just the fucking man, year in, year out, doesn't matter. And he is just so good every single year. Travis Kelce just does not disappoint.
Okay, so Christian, Rhodey, Dev, that's all your MVP. Rhodey, give us an honorable mention, or talk on Tyreek Hill, wherever you want to go.
So my note that I had for Tyreek was right now he'd be the number 7 QB for points per game and stuff.
Insane.
So that's why he's MVP, and we didn't do honorable mention because he's on my team, and that's all that mattered.
There you go, buddy. Debbie, honorable mention. Talk on Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, no, you guys pretty much nailed it with Reek. My honorable mention was Lamar Jackson. I went with Tanner's in second place right now. I think Lamar's just been great, and So it's pretty easy pick for me. Got him in round 5.
Yeah.
So
No,
number six overall fantasy player right now. So-
pretty sure he's on Rody's team, but I'm with you, man.
Yep, that's
Is
my
he on
QB.
Rody's team?
Oh yeah.
I thought he
Oh
was
yeah.
on Tanner's.
Oh yeah. I just
Oh man, it was all about the Lamar Andrews stack.
I
Just
just
asked
got
about
I
last
just
week.
got smashed by Lamar last week, so
There you go.
pretty familiar.
I totally spaced on that.
That's all good, buddy. Christian, LVP. Give us your LVP. Give us your honorable mention.
Yeah, no, there were a few guys here, and obviously we try not to work off of injury.
Mhm.
But there have been some disappointments this year, and it's tough because I know this position is a little bit devalued, but mine goes to a quarterback, and it's Joe Burrow. I think, everyone had such high hopes, and, they went to the Super Bowl, and it's like Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and yada, yada, yada. And like, I get it. He was dealing with some injuries, but he's played every game, and he's been awful. He's been bad. You might as well not play. I don't know. I just think Joe Burrow was really the disappointment so far of fantasy football, at least in my mind. So I'm giving him the LVP. Honorable mention was pretty tough because you look around and you try and see like where players were drafted. And I think he was drafted within the first few rounds. But Najee Harris just doesn't do it for me. Yeah. He never really has. I mean, like I had hope, but he's just a disappointment. He's just bad. Yeah, I see no hope for him and anyone playing him in the future. So yeah, I'm going Joe Burrow as my LVP, and honorable mention will be Najee.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of avenues, right? Neither player made my list, right? But they're both.
Yeah,
they're
LVP.
both,
We probably won't see common LVPs. Maybe not. Maybe not.
We might not.
Maybe
Rody, LVP, honorable mention.
So I kind of had two guys, so I'll go like 1A, 1B.
Sure.
For this one, not necessarily one was worse than the other, but also in looking at the draft board and where they were picked would be Cam Akers in the 5th. That one, that's not very, very good at the 5th round. There's a lot of better players.
That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah.
After that one. And then I know we tried to stay away from injuries, but Christian Watson, God, has he been just taught like I feel like he plays and he doesn't then he gets hurt in practice, never gets to play. I'm sure Christian can speak on that for us, but
he booty. That's all you need to know. He's booty. He's booty.
So yeah, those are kind of 1A, 1B for me. I'm looking at the draft board and just kind of seeing how the season's fallen so far.
Yeah. Another great two guys, not two guys that I'm going to talk about. Devi, LVP.
Do we see if we got the same ones or not?
Let's rock and roll.
I picked this one specifically to blow your guys' minds out of the water. Yeah, I know you guys didn't think I would pick him, but Bijan's been kind of boring, hasn't he? And it's sad.
Yeah.
But brighter days are ahead. I know they are. But man, and I don't even want to talk about last week and Arthur Smith and all his bullshit. But pick number 4, and he's just kind of, and he's a rookie, you get it, but just kind of, he could have had Reek. I don't know. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
pains me to say, but that's just kind of, I thought that'd be a fun pick. Pick number 2, more honorable mention, Joe Mixon. Where you at, buddy?
Whoa. Oh no.
Where you at? Have you seen him? Have you even played him this year? Has he been in your starting lineup?
He's been in my starting lineup every week. That's why
Never,
that's why
never
I'm
seen him.
That's why I'm 3 and 4.
He doesn't do anything. Never seen him.
I don't know.
Does he have 1 touchdown or how many?
Probably doesn't even have any. I don't know.
I think he has 1 for sure.
Yeah.
But no,
pick number 13, and he's number 151 or 115 overall fantasy point scorer right now.
Yeah, there's like 32 quarterbacks in there, but I don't know, man.
Don't even worry about it, man.
I disagree with that one, but all right, sounds good.
You disagree with it because he's on your team.
I also, he's been fine. He's probably like running back. He's probably a top 20 running back.
Is he?
We'll take a look here.
I'm gonna look it up.
We'll take a look here soon. My LVP, Staying with the Bengals, right? I think it's easy to. T. Higgins, 3rd-round pick, currently wide receiver 69. Yes, he missed a game, but I mean he's been rough, man. He has 3 straight games with 2 receptions.
He was going to be kept,
He was going to be kept. He just had like a rough
and he
year.
still
Yeah.
would have been a bad pick.
Yeah, just a rough year, man. Yeah, and my honorable mention is Miles Sanders, 4th-round pick. Currently running back 45. I think he has also missed a game, but he's averaging 6 points a game and is currently being outscored by Chuba Hubbard. So that's kind of all we need to know there.
RB23, Matthew.
I mean, not terrible, man.
He's hanging out with Gus Edwards and Tyler Algier and Jaleel McLaughlin. That's who he's hanging out. That's his company.
Boo
I
boo.
can't argue. I can't argue your thoughts. I'm with you. Rody, turnaround player that you believe in going into the second half of the season.
This one might be a little homer pick. Homer being where I live.
Oh,
I think Javonte Williams can come back, and I think he's gonna have some big second half. He looks like he's got some burst back in him. Broncos line can actually run block a little bit, so I think Javonte might have a good second half of the year.
I dig it.
I agree.
I dig it. Any honorable mention, or should we move on?
Yeah, I didn't forget to do one for that one.
Move on. Debbie, second half player that you believe in.
Oh, you're gonna love this, Christian. As it was, I kind of did like a little double thing here. You know, he already talked about some Joe Burrow action. I think that's gonna rise from the ashes here. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase.
Yeah,
it's coming, and it's gonna be good. And hopefully not this week.
Joe Mixon.
Maybe like week 9 and forward.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt it. Yeah, he's just to this point, he's just sucked ass.
Oh, for sure. I'm not. Yeah, I totally agree. But I
like the pick though. I like the pick.
I think those guys will make a good comeback here. So
yeah, I dig it, man.
0 to hero. You know,
I dig it. My turnaround player is Josh Jacobs. He's RB 14. He just hasn't scored a lot of touchdowns, is my thing. He has 2 on the year. He just has so much freaking volume. Like, there's no way. It's like a Javonte argument a little bit, right? It's like there's no way he's not, RB 14 or better going into the second half of the year. So then my honorable mention was Garrett Wilson. He's right now our wide receiver 34. Like, it was sad that we never got Garrett Wilson and Rodgers, right? Like on my team, right? But yeah, I just don't see how he doesn't finish as like a top 25 wideout. Just kind of figures it out here the second half of the year. So Christian, turnaround player.
Garrett Wilson was actually my honorable mention as well.
Dig it.
Yeah, I just think the talent's he's just too talented. Yeah. I mean, we see with receivers all the time. I mean, I think receivers probably one of the only positions where you can be on such a shitty team and be so talented, and it doesn't matter. You're still going to put up numbers. I mean, from time to time. But my honorable mention, and this is a little bit of a homer pick because he's on my team, but I truly believe it. He hasn't been on my team all year, but I think CeeDee Lamb's going to bounce back. I think
that's a good
he
one.
has 1 touchdown this year, but I think right before the bye, he kind of bitched a little bit, and then like kind of the loud mouth gets fed a little bit. And I think that, he ended up with 20 points or whatever it was. I think he's just going to be really good, really solid. And moving forward, I think the Cowboys are going to, I think there's a few Cowboys that could be on this bounce back list. So yeah. They haven't lived up to expectations quite yet, but I think they'll be better. So yeah, CeeDee Lamb and Garrett Wilson as the honorable mention.
Yeah, I like it. I didn't think CeeDee, but that's a good one. Now that you say it, yeah, he definitely bounces back. I'm with you.
I agree. Yeah.
Next category, 2023 keeper that is definitely getting thrown back. Debbie,
and not one that has to go back.
No,
right?
Nope, doesn't have to go back. Like,
right,
hey,
right.
We can keep this guy, and we're choosing not to.
And just
is the category. It ain't happening. Yep. Debbie, lead us off here, man.
Yeah, I mean,
who's the award winner?
I don't even need to say anything. You know, Alexander Madison, I don't think he'll be getting kept again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you even want me to do an honorable mention?
I think that's fair.
He's not my guy.
He
believe
was
it or
my
not.
honorable mention, but I went kind of bold with my pick. So
I just
Okay.
kept
it
it.
was my honorable mention.
I kept
Okay.
it easy. You know, I looked at that
Yeah.
and I just took a quick look. Too easy. So
Yeah,
Madison.
Rhodey can't get all the flowers here. Like,
I just look at one team and just
Yeah. Yeah. No, do you got an honorable mention or are you just
yeah,
going Madison?
yeah. I mean, again, I don't even need to say anything. Damian Pierce, throwback. See ya.
That's
Too
my-
easy.
That's my
Just-
guy.
Easy homework.
That's my guy. My keeper that no way in hell is being kept again is Damian Pierce, right? Eighth round keeper. He's RB 31. Like, wouldn't be surprised Singletary splits even more work going into the second half of the year. He's only got one touchdown. Then I went a little spicy with my honorable mentions. I chose all QBs.
no, you didn't. That was my fucking least.
Nice. Hell
I
yeah,
literally-
buddy.
I literally have all QBs
Wow.
back. I will
Hell
show you,
yeah.
but I have the rest of my list.
I believe
And
you, buddy.
Madison is honorable mention. Gosh damn.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, speak on it. Go ahead.
Creative.
Well, no, obviously I fucking kept one. I don't think there's more to say. He sucks. I mean, Mahomes is good, but it's like, do you really want to like? I just feel like I learned my lesson of like, okay, the excitement was there. You know, you could get a great guy, but it's like unless you have a guy in the 15th round, you just can't take it. Like Josh Allen 2 years ago would have been perfect.
Yeah.
But like, you can't keep a guy in the top 7 round. Like even how good Lamar is, how good Mahomes is, you just can't keep him because you can get so many good guys and such good value in those rounds. And it's like, so I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
I mean, you can rest assured Fields will not be kept next year. As much as I love him, I'll
Yeah.
draft him next year, but I won't
Right.
keep.
Right.
Yeah. So
I
I was in the exact same boat. My top pick was all QBs being thrown back, and then my honorable mention was Madison.
I love it, buddy. Yeah, my note is, hey, there isn't enough difference between the the QBs that are being kept and like Cousins, Tua, Goff, right? I think Cousins, Tua, and Goff are 15 points lower than QB1, who's Josh Allen. You know,
Did
so
Goff get drafted? Where did Goff get drafted? Did he get drafted?
he didn't get drafted. No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
And
Like,
neither did Cousins, I think. You know,
Right.
so it's just like there wasn't enough difference. And I think like the whole fantasy community landscape like got that wrong. You know,
Yeah. 100%.
I just don't think they need to be kept.
The
Yeah.
one that I had here, Jahan Dotson. No way in hell I don't care if
That
15
was-
is good.
Yeah.
No way in hell I'm keeping him.
Yeah.
100%.
Low-
Even as a 15th rounder, I totally agree.
Yep. I mean, I think he's still on the waiver wire, right?
Yeah, 100%.
You know, I don't think
That's
anyone's even
tough,
picked
too.
him up.
That's
Pick them
tough.
up.
That's been tough, man. Cool. Christian, I'm glad great minds think alike there. That's awesome.
Fuck. I was really, yeah, that was a good one.
That was funny. Where are we at? 2023 keepers that are definitely going to be kept again. I think this is back on me, so I'll lead us off here. It's Ken Walker for me. RB6.
Nailed it.
RB6 is that yours, Debbie? It looks like that's
Yeah.
Christian.
100%.
Kyle, you
Not
got
even-
someone?
I
Kyle,
do
you got
have an
someone?
honorable mention, but
Me
he
too.
is without a doubt number 1. Yeah.
Me too. And it was a great call. Like I don't even think Craig wanted to keep him. You know, I like he went back and forth between so many players, but he's been a stud, man. Like RB6 on the year, just a touchdown a game, 6th round keeper. Like he's definitely being kept again. With my honorable mention being Amon-Ra St. Brown, wide receiver 9. He's also missed a game. 7th round keeper. Like Debbie will definitely be keeping him again next year. So,
Yeah.
who's your honorable mention, buddy?
Yeah, no, I loved Walker. I felt like he was kind of a shoe-in for me. And I don't want to give the guy more credit than I have already, but Tony Pollard is he's still gonna be the guy. I'm pretty sure you can still keep him in the 9th round. Like, so I think he was definitely on my bounce back candidate list. And
Yeah.
I think the offense, whatever they do, they're just gonna get better. And by the end of the year, you're going to look at Tony Pollard and he's probably going to be like RB9, whatever. But it's like you automatically keep him. It doesn't matter. You keep him. And I traded him to Rhodey last year for fucking Skittles or something. But yeah, it was not worth my time. So congratulations to Rhodey on another good keeper.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Those are my two. Pollard was one. Walker was honorable mention.
Yeah.
Solid. Is Pollard having a good year? I honestly don't know the answer to that.
I think he's got touchdowns.
I think he's like top 10. I think he's around top 10. So
just not a lot of touchdowns, right?
Yeah.
Pollard is RB 16.
Oh shit.
Okay.
In half PPR.
I mean, he's fine.
I think he'll bounce back though. I mean,
He's a Cowboys offense, like you've been saying all night.
Yeah, he's a great.
Needs another week like week 1 where he put up 21 points.
Yeah, he's a great name for this category. He's a great name for the bounce back category. I'm with you, man. That's awesome. Debbie, any other names?
Yeah, I had again, it was touched on earlier. Devonta Smith, 10th round guy.
Yeah,
I could see that happening.
Yeah, having kind of like another down year, but like obviously you're keeping him again, right?
Yeah, he was also a bounce back candidate for me. I think he's brighter days ahead for him. So.
Yeah, AJ Brown can't eat every week.
He could.
All right, Christian, take us home here. Last category, best new keeper going into 2024. I had some fun with this one.
I got a few on here.
There are some really good choices. Like it was really difficult. Yeah, God, I was between so many guys. I had one that was automatic, and like I know it is a homer pick, but I mean Devon Achane is he seems so automatic. I mean he's like 11th round, I think.
Yep. Yeah, he's my honorable mention. So I'm with you.
Yeah, I mean he's just like the offense with McDaniel. I think the speed is there. I mean Hill's going to be back. Hill's going to be back. Waddle's going to be back, and Tua is probably going to be back. So, and I would lean more like Mostert's probably not going to be back. I mean, maybe he is, maybe he won't. But 11th round keeper, he's going to be tough to pry from my greasy paws.
He's the number 7 running back, and he's missed 2 games still.
And he didn't
play week 1.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
He didn't play. Yep. He had 1 carry week 2.
Yep. My notes are he's the 7th running back. He has 7 touchdowns, and he hasn't played week 1, 6, or 7. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And he had 1 carry week 2 against New England. So it was so he was my guy. But I was really tough between honorable mentions, so I kind of gave it a tie. I hope I don't steal the thunder from anybody, but Addison in the 5th is looking really good. I was a little torn on him, but he looks like the real deal. Addison in the 5th, and also Zay Flowers looks really good.
That's my guy.
Yeah, sorry to steal.
No, you're good. Talk on him.
He's so fun, and Lamar loves him, and God, he finally looks like that receiver that the Baltimore Ravens have been like waiting to draft, and he looks really good. So those are my guys.
Yeah, I'll talk on him since they've both been brought up. Zay Flowers, 8th round keeper. He's currently wide receiver 25 with only 1 touchdown. Right. I mean, more to come. He's fun, man. Like he's
fun.
He's fun. Like he's like Tyreek-ish, right? I don't want to give him that, but he is like fast and little and just fun. And then Devon Achane is like probably the number 1 player I want to watch going into the second half of the year. Like. Like was it kind of freaky the first half of the year, or was it just like you're that dude? He was definitely my honorable mention. So those
what
are
was
my
his
2
injury?
Hamstring?
So it was a leg injury.
Yeah, it was a leg injury.
Be curious about that too.
Right. Yeah. So just
people recover.
Those are my 2 guys. Flowers won the award. Achane my honorable mention. So, Rhodey, who do you got, buddy?
I had Achane for number 1, and then ironically, my honorable mention was he was picked right before Achane, Nico Collins,
really
number 13 receiver, and he had his bye, so that's with a week missed.
Damn.
So he's had a hell of a year.
Nico
with a rookie QB who's obviously going to grow with him too, like.
Right. And like I kind of said this mentioned before we started this, but last year we faded the Seahawks receivers because of Geno. Nobody believed in them. And I feel like this year we faded Texans receivers because nobody believed in Stroud right away. And there's some good players out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. You could take Tank and I wouldn't fault you.
Yeah, Tank was on my list.
Really?
Yeah, I made just a little fun one.
Tank Dell fucking sucks, but whatever.
He'll show you.
I don't think he is. I don't think he's that bad. Better than Mixon.
Go
Dev, would
ahead.
you trade Tank Dell for Mixon straight up?
Would I?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Looking at Dev's running backs, he would trade a lot for Mixon. What do you got, buddy?
Nothing to do with Mixon.
Who's on your list? Who's on your list?
All my RBs are better than Mixon.
Who's on your list?
I thought this one was kind of fun.
Ramondre Stevenson is definitely getting thrown back next year, but whatever.
You think so?
Go ahead.
Big second half coming up. Since Christian's here, and I know he's already set his keepers or whatever, but DeAndre Swift, the RB8 in the 6th round. It's not super late, but it kind of made me pick my brain a little bit. So I was curious what you guys think about that one. Is it early enough or right?
He's healthy the rest of the year.
He's been a massive surprise to me. I mean, and he's young enough where like the Eagles could ride him out, you know.
Right.
So, it's funny. It is fun, and I know we're not going to be on much longer, but it is funny to look at like how the Lions, like got rid of Swift and they brought in Montgomery and they drafted Gibbs, and it's like you could have just done all that. Oh, you should have just kept Swift and actually played him, but you never fucking played him. So instead, you just wanted to go with Jamal Williams last year or whatever, so it's super interesting how the NFL works, I don't know. Like the Falcons are doing the same bullshit this year with Bijan.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you outthink yourself. That's for sure. That's for sure. Well, this was fun, boys. Not like a exhausting list, right? Like there's definitely more players that fit, each category, but I had a good time talking through this.
They were good categories, good picks.
Yeah, it's fun, right? It's fun to like start thinking about next year's keepers, right? The trade deadline kind of coming up at the end of the month and end of next month, and stuff like that. So I had a good time. So Rody, thanks for being on, buddy. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
Second half year, big time.
Good luck.
Everyone have a good week 8. See you guys later.
Yep. Good luck.